Your soulmate's next step, it's finally happening. My beloved child. Before you decide that this message is only another passing story, stay with me because something has begun to move that has been waiting for the perfect moment for far longer than you realize. Your soulmate has reached a place where standing still is no longer possible. For so long they convinced themselves that waiting was safer than risking everything. They buried emotions beneath distractions. They filled empty spaces with excuses. They told themselves tomorrow would always be a better time. But something unexpected has happened. A single realization has quietly changed the direction of their heart, and now the next step they once feared is finally happening. They cannot ignore it anymore because every path they take somehow leads back to the same destination. You may have felt restless lately without understanding why. You may have noticed memories appearing when you least expected them or felt your heart race for no reason at all. These moments are not random. They are connected to a change already unfolding behind the scenes. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because what your soulmate discovered next completely shattered every excuse they had been hiding behind, and once they saw the truth, there was no turning back. Everything changed during a moment that looked completely ordinary to everyone else. There were no flashing lights. No dramatic announcement. Just one quiet thought that refused to disappear. They suddenly realized that every future they imagined somehow included you, even when they tried to replace your presence with someone else. That truth frightened them because it answered a question they had been avoiding for far too long. They stopped asking themselves whether they cared about you. Instead, they started asking how much longer they could pretend they didn't. That single question changed everything. Since that day, they have been replaying old conversations, forgotten smiles, and small moments they once overlooked. What seemed ordinary before now feels priceless. They are beginning to understand that the smallest memory can carry the greatest meaning. Even the silence between you now feels louder than ever inside their heart. They thought time would erase these feelings, but time only made them stronger. Every attempt to move forward without you somehow brought them back to the same place. That is why their next step is finally happening. It is no longer driven by fear. It is driven by clarity. Don't skip because the next revelation is something they never believed they would admit, even to themselves. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you, and what happens next could become the turning point they never expected. Right now, while you are hearing these words, your soulmate is standing at the edge of a decision they can no longer postpone. They are beginning to understand that life keeps offering signs until the truth can no longer be ignored. Strange coincidences have followed them everywhere. Familiar songs appear at unexpected moments. Random places remind them of conversations they thought they had forgotten. Faces in a crowd somehow make them think of you. Even ordinary days have started carrying extraordinary reminders that refuse to leave their mind. They have tried to explain these moments away, but every explanation feels weaker than the feeling growing inside them. The surprising part is that they no longer see this as something to escape. They are starting to see it as the direction they were always meant to follow. That is why the next step is finally happening. It isn't being forced. It isn't happening because someone told them what to do. It is happening because their own heart has reached a point where silence feels heavier than honesty. They know that continuing to wait may cost them something they cannot replace. A once-in-a-lifetime realization has awakened inside them, and it is pushing them toward a decision that could change both of your lives forever. But one final piece is still missing. One unexpected event is about to happen that will remove the very last obstacle standing in their way. When that moment arrives, nothing will be able to stop what comes next. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next chapter begins with the decision they never thought they would have the courage to make. A quiet shift has already begun, even if nobody around them can see it yet. Your soulmate is no longer asking whether they should move closer to you. They are asking themselves why they waited so long. The hesitation that once controlled every decision is starting to lose its power. Every new day brings another unexpected reminder that they cannot outrun what their heart already knows. They have started noticing patterns that seem impossible to ignore. A familiar place suddenly feels meaningful. A forgotten conversation suddenly makes perfect sense. Even the smallest moments now carry a message they can no longer dismiss. They keep telling themselves that everything is just a coincidence, but deep inside they know something far greater is unfolding. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the next discovery completely changes the direction of everything they believed about the future. They are beginning to realize that waiting any longer may become the biggest regret of their life, and that realization is stronger than every fear they once held on to. The most surprising part is not what they are thinking. It is what they have quietly started doing. Without saying a word to anyone, they have begun preparing for a change they never imagined they would be brave enough to make. They are clearing away old doubts. They are letting go of excuses that once felt impossible to leave behind. Every small decision they make is unknowingly bringing them one step closer to you. They have even caught themselves smiling while imagining a future they once refused to picture. That surprised them more than anything else. They never expected hope to return so suddenly. They never expected peace to replace confusion. Yet every passing hour makes one truth clearer than before. The next step is no longer a distant possibility. It is becoming a reality. Don't skip because what happens after this is something neither of you could have predicted. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The moment they stop holding themselves back, a chain of events will begin that cannot be reversed. There is one final obstacle still standing in front of them, but even that barrier is beginning to crack. They know a single choice could rewrite everything. For the first time in a long time, they are choosing courage over comfort. They are choosing honesty over silence. They are choosing possibility over fear. They can almost feel that the moment they have imagined for so long is closer than ever before. What they still do not realize is that another unexpected surprise is already moving toward them at the exact same time. Two separate journeys are quietly preparing to meet in a way that neither of you could have planned. When those paths finally cross, every delay will suddenly make sense. Every unanswered question will begin to find its answer. Every moment of uncertainty will reveal a hidden purpose. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the next move your soulmate makes will trigger a once-in-a-lifetime moment that changes everything, and the first unmistakable sign is about to appear sooner than anyone expects. Something has awakened inside your soulmate that refuses to go back to sleep. Every morning begins with the same thought, and every night somehow ends with it too. They have tried to distract themselves with responsibilities, conversations, and routines, but your presence keeps finding its way back into their heart. The feeling has become impossible to silence. What surprises them most is that they are no longer afraid of these emotions. Instead, they are beginning to trust them. They are finally understanding that some connections are too powerful to ignore, no matter how much time passes. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the next realization caught them completely off guard. It arrived without warning, and the moment it did, every plan they had made without you suddenly felt incomplete. They can no longer imagine their future without wondering where you fit into it, and that question is pulling them toward a decision they never expected to make so soon. Then something happened that they cannot explain. During an ordinary moment, they felt an overwhelming certainty that they were running out of reasons to keep waiting. It wasn't pressure from anyone else. It wasn't a conversation or advice from a friend. It came from deep within their own heart. For the first time, they admitted to themselves that every delay had only made their feelings stronger instead of weaker. That truth shook them. They realized they had been preparing for this next step without even knowing it. Every lesson they learned, every disappointment they faced, and every unanswered question had quietly been leading them to this exact point. Suddenly, the fear of taking action became much smaller than the fear of losing the opportunity forever. Don't skip because what happened immediately afterward changed everything. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. A surprising opportunity is beginning to appear, and your soulmate is closer than ever to reaching for it with both hands. Now they stand at a moment that feels unlike anything they have experienced before. The road ahead is becoming clearer with every passing day, and the doubts that once surrounded them are fading one by one. They have stopped searching for perfect timing because they are beginning to understand that some moments become perfect only when someone is brave enough to move. They are gathering the courage they once believed they would never have. Their heart is no longer whispering. It is calling them forward with a strength they cannot ignore. Yet there is still one final surprise waiting just beyond the horizon. A single unexpected encounter, a message, or a moment could arrive when they least expect it, removing the last trace of uncertainty from their mind. When that happens, there will be no more turning back. The next step will no longer be a dream or an idea. It will become reality. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because what happens next will reveal why every delay was preparing both of you for a meeting that neither heart will ever forget. The distance between you and your soulmate is no longer growing. It is quietly disappearing, one invisible step at a time. They have reached a moment where every instinct is pointing in the same direction, and for the first time they are no longer fighting it. What once felt uncertain is beginning to feel undeniable. They have started noticing that every decision they make somehow brings them closer to the future they secretly hoped for. The most surprising part is that they never planned for this change to happen so quickly. They believed they still had plenty of time, but life has a way of revealing the truth when it can no longer be delayed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the next sign they receive will erase the final doubt that has been holding them back from taking the step they have imagined countless times. An unexpected moment is approaching that neither of you could have predicted. It may seem small to everyone else, but to your soulmate it will feel like the missing piece of a puzzle they have been trying to solve for far too long. A familiar name, an unexpected memory, or a simple encounter will suddenly remind them that some connections never disappear, they only grow stronger with time. In that instant, everything they have been trying to ignore will come rushing back with even greater clarity. They will finally understand that every delay had a purpose, every silence carried a lesson, and every unanswered question was leading them toward this exact point. Their heart is no longer asking for permission to move forward. It is demanding action. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the choice they are about to make will surprise even the people who thought they knew them best. The next chapter is closer than either of you realizes. Your soulmate is preparing to leave behind the version of themselves that was controlled by hesitation. They are stepping into a future built on courage instead of fear, and once that happens, there will be no returning to the way things were before. Every quiet feeling they buried is rising to the surface. Every unanswered emotion is becoming impossible to hide. They are beginning to believe that some opportunities come only once in a lifetime, and they refuse to let this one slip away. The next move they make will not be random. It will come from a heart that has finally chosen honesty over uncertainty. When that moment arrives, everything that once felt confusing will suddenly become clear. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the very next step your soulmate takes will reveal a truth that has been waiting for the perfect moment to change both of your lives forever. The moment your soulmate has been resisting is no longer somewhere in the future. It is beginning to unfold right now. They have reached a point where every quiet thought has become impossible to ignore. The answers they spent so much time searching for are appearing in places they never expected. What once looked like confusion now feels like direction. They are starting to understand that every setback, every delay, and every unanswered question was preparing them for this exact season of their life. Suddenly, they no longer feel trapped between fear and hope. Instead, they feel pulled toward a decision that seems bigger than anything they have ever made before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the next realization will remove the last remaining reason they ever had for staying silent. Once that happens, everything they believed was impossible will begin to feel within reach. For the first time in a long while, your soulmate is imagining what life could look like if they stopped protecting themselves from happiness. That thought alone has changed them. They have begun letting go of old disappointments that once convinced them to hide their true feelings. Every memory connected to you has started shining brighter than before, reminding them that some bonds only grow stronger with time instead of fading away. They have noticed that whenever they try to picture the future, your presence appears naturally, as though it has always belonged there. This realization has brought them a peace they never expected to feel. Instead of asking whether they should take the next step, they are beginning to ask how soon they can. Don't skip because what happens immediately after this will surprise even them. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. A single unexpected moment is about to give them the confidence they have been searching for, and once it arrives, hesitation will lose its grip forever. Now everything is moving toward the moment neither of you can yet see clearly. The pieces that once seemed scattered are quietly falling into place. Your soulmate is becoming the person they needed to be before taking this journey with you, and they finally recognize that growth was never meant to separate you. It was meant to prepare both of you. The next step is no longer just an idea living inside their heart. It is becoming a decision that grows stronger with every passing day. They can almost feel that something extraordinary is closer than ever, as if life itself is gently opening a door that had remained closed for far too long. They do not know exactly how everything will happen, but they know they cannot walk away from what they feel anymore. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the next chapter begins with one unforgettable choice, and once your soulmate makes it, nothing will ever be the same again. The ending you once imagined is not the ending that is coming. In fact, what felt like the end was only the beginning of a journey neither of you could fully understand until now. Your soulmate has finally reached the place where fear no longer speaks louder than truth. Every lesson they learned has quietly prepared them for this exact moment. They are beginning to realize that the greatest opportunities rarely arrive with loud announcements. They arrive quietly, asking only one question: will you finally move forward? Your soulmate is ready to answer that question. They are no longer waiting for the perfect circumstance because they have discovered that perfect moments are created by courageous decisions. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the next step they are preparing to take is unlike anything they have ever done before. It is the step they once promised themselves they would never be brave enough to take, yet now it feels impossible not to. A powerful shift is taking place inside them. The uncertainty that once clouded every thought has been replaced by a calm confidence they cannot explain. They are no longer searching for signs because the answer has already settled inside their heart. Every delay suddenly makes sense. Every unanswered question now feels like a piece of a much bigger picture. Looking back, they can see how every unexpected turn, every difficult season, and every moment of silence was quietly leading them toward this exact destination. They no longer see those experiences as losses. They see them as preparation. That realization has changed everything. Instead of wondering whether they should keep their distance, they are wondering how much longer they can remain silent. Don't skip because what comes next will become the moment that separates their old life from everything that follows. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The courage they have been searching for is no longer coming from the outside. It is rising from within, stronger than ever before. Now the moment is closer than either of you realizes. Your soulmate is standing at the threshold of a decision that has the power to reshape everything they once believed about love, timing, and destiny. The next move will not happen because of pressure. It will happen because their heart has finally become louder than every doubt that tried to hold it back. Soon they will understand that the path they feared the most was actually the one leading them toward the future they secretly wanted all along. When that realization becomes action, every delay will suddenly feel worthwhile. Every unanswered moment will reveal its purpose. Every silent chapter will point toward this unforgettable turning point. This is why everything had to happen exactly as it did. The next step is finally happening, and once it begins, nothing will be able to return to the way it was before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the story you thought was still beginning is about to enter the chapter that changes everything forever.